So just forget everything you know about podcast and just because we're going to throw it out the window.
I love it. Great. Good thing I don't know too much about podcasts, just listening to them.
I just got to get my head on straight here. Why is it crooked?
Is your beanies crooked and your hat's crooked? So both are crooked.
You know, if I could get...
You're trying to go this too.
Oh, that's
just wear
awful.
the beanie. Just wear the beanie. Call it a day.
Because what happens with the beanie...
Oh my gosh, what is happening today?
It slides up my head, and then I got it like a...
This is not The Undertaker I know.
No. Dude, hey,
This
it's
isn't
gone.
The Undertaker I know.
No.
You're
That guy's
worried about a
gone.
hat?
The guy's
A
gone.
hat?
What is happening?
I mean, what are we doing here?
This is a Fanatics and WWE original production. Hello, everyone. Get your shovels out. We're about to go 6 feet under. I am the OD, the original dead man, the beautifully and talented Michelle Money McCool.
Ooh.
Today on 6 Feet Under, we have a guest that has more accolades than I have breath to even give him out. So he made it easy for me. He made it really easy for me. He is the first two-time Grand Slam champion. He is a reality TV star, a movie star, quite the dancer, and an adequate golfer.
Definitely okay, golfer.
Wow.
Well, did I go too far?
Boom, boom,
The
boom, boom, boom,
Miz.
boom, boom. Let's go.
There you go, man.
Honor to be here. Honor
Awesome.
to be here.
Awesome.
What an intro.
Hey.
Movie star.
Movie star.
So you saw Marine 3, 4, 5, and 6 straight to DVD.
8, 9,
I love
10,
it.
8, 9, 10.
There was an 8, 9, 10. Sean was in the last one.
Oh, man. They just went to the bottom of the barrel, right?
They went to Shawn Michaels and they were like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, well, there's no following this.
There's nothing. You can't get any higher.
Dude.
But
man.
adequate golfer?
Huh?
That was a
I
little
would
harsh.
say like I'm the
adequate?
best golfer in WWE,
That's, yeah.
which does not say much
Okay.
because
No.
nobody golfs here. 'cause
Nobody
nobody
golfs
has
anymore,
time.
right? Yeah, exactly. Now, back in the day, like Brian Adams, myself, and Big Show even played golf for a while.
You play golf?
Chavo?
I used to play golf. Chavo played
You
golf.
live on a golf course.
I do.
That
I
we
live on a
never
very
use.
nice golf course.
Yeah, and you just
that I
don't. You
haven't.
just look at it.
I go there to
Yeah.
eat. I go to the club and eat there. I hadn't played in probably what,
Probably
2,
since we played a scramble.
3 years. I hadn't played.
Do you play?
I don't have the patience for it, one, but I'm very good for a scramble. Like I
She's
can
great.
drive the ball pretty darn far and I can putt. In between is a little hit or
Really?
miss.
Back in the day, she could put it out there. 250, I bet.
You guys just don't want to golf? Spend 4 hours on a golf course?
I have no patience for. I think it's because my dad. I grew up. He would play 36 holes straight every day of his life. Still does.
I take my daughters all
yeah.
the time.
It
They
backfired on
asked
me.
to do it.
Okay. Yeah. We went every day after school, and I think I just got tired of going
Really?
to the
You
golf
went every
course.
day after school?
Yeah, every day. He played every day.
I should do that.
Yeah, her dad is. Yeah,
He's still-
a
I
golf
should do that
fanatic.
with my daughters.
Yeah.
Instead of taking them to gymnastics,
Quality
I should
time.
take them to golf
Well,
every
I didn't
day.
play. I was just drug, like walking. You know.
I let them play. Like I buy them a bucket and then they will like just hit balls. And the problem is you really have to watch kids on a golf course.
It's crazy,
You
right?
can't just shoot a
No.
ball. They will literally run out into just to grab more balls. I'm like, what are you doing? People are shooting. Don't go out there.
You know.
Or
we-
move into your backswing,
Yes.
like you crank one in the head,
Hey,
and then you got to
Dad,
go
no!
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit one, and you got to go home and say, "She was in my backswing."
Did
Yeah.
I tell you that we were playing at Top Golf? I took the kids to Top Golf a few weeks ago, or like a month ago. We were on the second level, so there was a deck above us. A kid fell into the net above us. I'm like, holy crap! Like
It was
I
a
for
kid,
sure
or was
thought
it
that
an
would be
adult
cold.
that had a-
No, it was a kid, and I for sure thought one of ours would have done that. And all of a sudden, I was like, "See, it can happen." Yeah, tumbled right over.
Yeah, but he
Got
was
right
fine.
back up.
He
was
probably
totally
thought it was
fine.
the best thing ever.
He probably thought it was cool, but yeah.
They probably got a picture and
Little
video
dangerous.
Video
of
of
it.
it.
He was
Somebody-
safe.
His parents were probably filming him. Yeah,
I love Top Golf.
I do too.
Oh, that's a good time.
I do
It's
too.
so much fun.
The Top Golf here. When the last time that I went, the bar. Imagine me knowing something about a bar. The bar at Top Golf was the most successful bar as far as selling drinks over the weekend, and it was crazy.
Their wings
what
were
is it-
good.
what an ingenious concept, really.
Right?
I mean,
I love it.
It doesn't
It's
matter your skill level. you know, and then you have a huge, that bar was slammed.
It was big. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just, bay after bay of people.
Who's the worst celebrity you've played with?
The worst?
Yeah.
Like, I am usually the worst
Well,
out
okay,
of my
besides
group.
yourself, like
Out of my group, like, usually it's, like, really bad. But, like, who is, like, bad? I played with Nick Chubb once, and we did really bad together. It was for somewhere in California, but man, we were terrible. And then Reggie Bush was just amazing. He was really good, and we were really hurting our team. Like, we were really causing a lot of trouble for our team.
You know, that's the deal though with other other sports. Like, they get half the year off. That's all it is.
Here's another thing, though. With WWE, like, I'm the best golfer in WWE. I go to play at, like, American Century Championship, and I'll play with, like, Travis Kelce or Jason Kelce. I'll play with all these, like, celebrities, and they'll beat the holy hell out of me. And I'll be like, I don't know how it happens. Like, I don't know if it's because we're in a tournament and maybe I get nervous and you got to learn how to use your nerves. Like in WWE, I learned how to use my nerves inside a ring to where it doesn't affect me anymore. With my nerves in golf, it still affects me. So I haven't figured out that, I guess, the way to swing with the nerves, I guess you can say. But man, I played with a lot of celebrities, and most of them are really good. And it's for the example that you just said. They get an off season.
Yeah.
And what do they do there in the off season? They just play golf every day, all day.
Yeah.
Like Reggie was like, yeah, I drop my kid off at school and I go play golf. I go, every day? He goes, every day. And I go, wow, maybe I should do that. But then I'm like, well, I can't, because I gotta make sure I work out. I gotta train. I gotta watch matches. Like, I still do that to this day.
Right.
I don't know if you still do that.
No, I didn't do it when I was active.
Really?
Oh.
No, I worked out and all that, but I didn't. It's funny, but people ask me that a lot. Like, once I got here, like, the only things that I watched, and I watched it usually live, was what was going on within WWE. Like, I wanted to know. Like, I watched my own stuff back because I'm obviously my harshest critic, and I always had to do that alone. But like, I always cognizant, like, all right, one, who's on top, what are they doing, and I kept up that way. But to go back and look, like, we'll go back to the old NWA stuff back in the, or the Crockett stuff in the 80s. No, I just never did.
I watch, I try to watch as much as I possibly can just to see, like, it's different than it was 5 years ago, and 10 years ago, and then 20 years. You look at it when I first came in to where it is now, it's so different. It's a different pace. The style, I feel like, is still the same. You could still do the same style, but it's different. And I enjoy the critiquing myself. It's funny that you used to watch your matches alone. A lot of people don't even like watching their matches. I'll ask them, like, did you watch your match? No, I don't watch my matches. I'm like, how are you going to learn if you're not watching your matches? Like, I watch everything and nitpick.
Yes.
To this day, I'm 23 years in. I will still look at my footing and go, you're taking extra steps there.
Right.
You could have done this better. Oh, you didn't have to take that bump. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like that's why you're still on
same way?
top. Like, I feel like that's why you're so good and have been here so long. And
Oh, thanks.
because you care, because that passion's there to, keep learning.
Yeah, I can't watch, like, they always, back in the day, they had it on at catering, right? The day after PLE, everybody sit there and ooh and ah and whatever. I don't want people sitting there, oh man, that was awesome, that was great. I don't want to hear that. Like, I want to be sitting there watching with no noise, and then exact same thing. Like, man, one more punch right there. Oh, if I had taken a bump there, if I'd have went out, that's how you.
I
That's
could
how
have
you
gotten
get
the crowd better.
Yes, exactly.
And then you're listening now. Like, even now, like, I always listen to a crowd and hear a crowd. And Cena, whenever I'd be in the ring with him, he'd be like, dude, you got to listen. And I'm like, I'm listening. I hear him. I am listening. But it's like, there's a difference of listening and really understanding what they want from you and what you need to do to get there. And now I can sit there and be like, I'll be in the ring and I'll be like, I'll even think about it in the ring. I'll go, like, I wonder if I would have done that, if that would have got him even better.
Yeah.
I could have waited a little longer there.
Oh, yeah.
But timing. We only have a minute left. I got to go.
Yeah. Do you find it amazing, like, from when you started to what your thought process was in a match to where you have the ability now, you're in the same match, the same pace and everything else, but now you're so comfortable and you've mastered your craft to such an extent that you can sit there and process in the moment.
Yeah.
You remember like when you first started?
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Do you remember our first match?
I was thinking about that. I remember backstage you going, don't forget I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
Threw me off. I can't, I bet 2 or 3 in my career left-handed people. I always remember that was like, don't forget I'm left-handed. The punches come in from a different angle and everything.
I'll never forget, we had a TV match we called nothing. 0.
Yeah.
And this was a timed match where someone had to, like, we had to hit a time.
Right.
Like, it's one of those matches where it's like you had to beat a certain amount of time in order to pin me.
Right.
And
To
something like
advance
that,
on
to
and something,
advance
yeah.
on. And so I remember I was like, oh my God. And you're like, I remember you asked me, do you do drop kick? And I go, yeah, I can drop kick. In my head, I'm going, I haven't drop kicked in probably 3 years. But yep, yes, sir. Because what do we say? What do we say, right?
Yeah.
Whenever someone says, do you know how to do something? Yep,
I
no
can do it.
problem, 100%. Let's go get them.
Yeah.
You know? So you're like, do you do a drop kick? Yes, sir, I do. And I'll never forget, you called everything. And when I mean everything, he's covering me. Kick out. No kidding, kick out. I've never had anyone, like, even like people that call everything, he'd be like, kick.
Somebody might forget. Somebody might forget.
We can talk about this now, by the way, which is pretty cool because there's
Yeah.
Unreal on Netflix, which gives the whole thing up.
He
So I
loves it.
imagine this is probably rubbing you the wrong way of us talking like this.
I'm in therapy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I understand.
I kind of like it.
I figured you would.
The reason do you want to know the reason I like it though? Is people now understand how hard it is to do what we do and what we are actually doing inside a ring.
Right.
I understand the whole lore of it, but I feel like the lore of the number one question I got on The Real World was, is it real or fake?
Right.
Number one question I get in WWE, is it real or fake?
Right.
And the fact is, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It's entertainment.
It is
And
entertainment.
if you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it because you're entertained and it's fun and it's entertaining and the storylines and the larger than life characters. And nowadays, I don't think people care as much as they used to.
Yeah. I don't really think, I got in this discussion recently with people. I don't think even back in the I don't think people like genuinely thought like, all right, this is all, it's all a shoot.
I
Right?
kinda
think,
thought you were dead.
people genuinely.
I kind of thought you were a dead guy.
When you came out,
Yes.
I was scared.
Well, no,
as a
I mean,
child.
I get that. I get,
As a child, I was scared, yes. So I believed.
well, I know, but but as a child,
Sure.
But I'm talking about, again, our demographic now is, it's a very wide demographic. I don't think anyone didn't understand what wrestling is unless you are a child or.
I don't know. The whole McCool family thought like,
Well, they still think.
okay.
I mean, they watched you
believed-
work, right? I mean,
But I legitimately thought the McMahon family, well, and then they might be, but like cuckoo. I thought they were cuckoo from watching them on TV. Like I believed everything that they were doing was actually who they were, and
But also the 18 to 34-year-old men that are so-called like in the know, what's the number one question you guys get asked?
exactly. Is it real or is it
real?
fake?
Hey, when that
Does it
guy
hurt?
did this or when they did this,
Yes.
did that
that
really
hurt?
happen?
Yeah.
yeah, and that was always like when I approached a match, like, and I get all the entertainment value, but my goal when I put a match together or have one moment, have a moment within the match where all of that gets thrown out. Like I wanted one moment where that was real.
That was.
And then you got them hooked. If you have somebody that believes that, it's like, I don't care what you say. Taker just smashed him. That's legit. Now what? I just that's my only problem. Like is everyone understands what we do. I am notoriously old school, but it's not like I don't care for it in the sense like, oh man, we gave up the business. Come on. I mean, everybody knows where that is. But there is, I don't want to know, personally, I don't want to know how the magician cuts the girl in half.
Yeah.
right? I want to
also
think about
the
it.
magician, like, so like I've heard this analogy of like, you know, we're like magicians out there, but like the magician, there's a lot that goes on into it, but with us, I feel like it's so much more. Like WWE has prepared me for everything.
Right.
I'm talking like going on podcasts, hosting, acting, improv, anything like that. Anything that comes my way, WWE has prepared me for that because of what we do inside the ring, and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
People
that's
look
true.
at it as like, I could do that. It's like,
No, you could.
yeah, exactly. We all and all of us literally go, it's a lot tougher than what you think, and it's as simple as run the ropes.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do. If you want to come back tomorrow after running the ropes, I remember Tough Enough when we did Tough Enough. You guys did Diva Search. Your first day of, I remember a guy quit because we ran the ropes and took like 300 bumps. We took 300 bumps. Guy quit, and this guy was like an Army Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
like
so
the
different.
toughest of the tough. And all of us were looking at each other just drained. And the goal of back then, you were there, Deep South Wrestling. What was the goal? The goal was to get people to quit.
Destroy
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
Yep.
And to
That's
see
always
if
been
you
the mantra.
if you really wanted it, you would make it. And by the way, we're going to put you through so much stuff down here that when you get up there, you're prepared for everything.
That makes zero sense. Did y'all like carry the logs in the parking lot
Oh
and have
my
to go around
God.
the whole mall, like a huge log on our shoulders, and just go
We'd have to
around
push the
mall?
truck
Push
around.
the truck around the thing.
Push the truck around like
Did y'all have to stand on the top turnbuckle? What?
Yes, do squats.
Had to do squats on the
while
turnbuckle while people were hitting the ropes.
crisscrossing, while doing crisscrosses
like-
in the ring.
And in my head, I'm going, I don't understand why, just why, and also saying like, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to get knocked down. I know what you're trying to do.
And you didn't want to sit on the bleachers with all
you
the sick
got
kids. Everyone was always sick.
oh,
Everyone had a. I gotta go sit on the. on the bleachers.
Yeah.
I prided myself.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
didn't-
I will never
Same.
sit on those freaking
no
bleachers
matter
over there.
what we're doing. And we would roll until, oh my gosh, and gosh forbid somebody come in with a hangover. We were rolling 500 times until
Bumps,
somebody
and then remember the
puked.
20-minute. We would have to. He'd come in, give a guy 5 head tosses, 5 arm drags, 5, and they would blow up drill, and then Bill would get in and lay on you.
Just lay on top of you. And then when,
Oh my god.
were you there when Kali came in? Because once Bill would lay on you, then he'd bring Kali to lay on you too. Mm-hmm. After you're completely blown up. Just because.
This message is sponsored by Raycon. When you train like a WWE superstar, your soundtrack matters. The right music, the right voice in your ear. That's what gets you through that last brutal set. Silence is for the graveyard. That's why I've been using Raycon's essential open earbuds. Regular earbuds block out everything, but these sit just outside the ear canal so you get crisp, powerful sound and still hear what's happening around you. It's like having entrance music quality everywhere you go. They're really light. The ear hook rotates and they actually stay in the gym, on walks, around the house. No slipping, no pressure, no nonsense. Raycon's got over 3 million customers, and the sound quality is right up there with the most expensive brands. Plus, they're half the price as those big brands. No massive markup, no smoke and mirrors, just great sound. Plus, if you don't like them, there's even a 30-day guarantee. Open ear design so you hear your music and the world around you. Multi-point connection so you can switch between phone and laptop. Ultra-light, flexible hook, and 36 hours of battery life with the case. I charge them maybe once a week. I've been using these pretty much every day since I've got them. In the gym, running errands, working around the house, they're the ones I actually reach for because I still can hear what's going on around me without sacrificing sound quality. They've just become part of my daily routine. The essential open earbuds are here to bring you premium sound without premium price. Go to buyraycon.com/6feetopen to get 15% off. Thanks, Raycon, for sponsoring.
I remember waking up every morning at Deep South going, one more day.
Yep.
One more day, you can do this. One more day, you can do this. One more you did. But it never got, like, the physicality got easier. a little bit, I guess, when you come up here, but mentally,
Oh.
you are drained at all times because you're trying to get over, you're trying to do your best, trying to do everything you possibly can to show your worth and that you could put asses in seats.
Right.
And then you're like, you know, you have one bad match or someone doesn't believe in you or something happens. There's so much stuff that goes involved that takes you every which way. Like when you were coming up, like, how did you get into that? Like, what was your mindset? Because obviously you're tall, you're big, but then you have to.
So I had to weed my way through, like from day one. Like I had to weed my way through the old timers, right? The guys that were on the way down, that were a little bit disgruntled and having to put the kid over. You know, once they decided that they were going to go with me, then it's like, oh, you know, man, we got to put this guy over, you know, and do this and do that. There were a few, but those are the kind of things, you know, and then dealing with some of the guys that were above me, the politics there, right? When I started to dabble into some main event stuff, man, then that's when you get a whole nother level of politicking and
Because when you're at the top of the mountain,
dude,
there's only one place to go.
Yeah, there's only one way to go, and ain't nobody want to give it up, right? So yeah, it's difficult, and you have to, you know, back then, like, anybody really give you advice, you really had to sit there and dissect it and discern, like, is this advice going to help me or is it intended to hurt me, right? Because you'll hear things sometimes and you're like, that doesn't really sound right, but this is you know, this is a top guy, and then you have to play that game like, oh, okay, yeah, he's trying to squash this a little bit, right? And then you have to deal with, okay, well, now what are you going to do? Like, you're not there on that rung yet, but you have to work with that guy. And then you have to decipher, all right, how much juice does this guy have? Okay, this is what he's telling me. I'm not going to do that. So I got put in a lot of situations early on in those first 2-3 years of like a lot of quiet moments of like, I know this guy's trying to, you know, he's trying to do something to make, you know, derail my ascension here. And I got to figure out a way to not blatantly, you know, go against him, but also I can't do that. It's difficult. Back to your point, and once you kind of master it, and you master the psychology of, not in-ring psychology, but the dressing room psychology back then you're like, okay, right? And that, honestly, I'm glad that it happened, because it helped me later on dealing, when I was in that position. It was like, you know, it really left a bad taste in my mouth, and
So
I didn't
crazy you
want
say
to.
that.
I didn't want people coming up to have to deal with the same thing.
I'm the same exact way. Like when I was at Deep South, people are like, do you have any regrets, or do you have anything? Like, I'm proud of what I was able to do at Deep South. And I imagine you are too.
Yeah.
Like when you had to go through that much pain and agony or whatever, it helped groom me into
true.
what I needed to be in WWE, and it prepared me for what I needed to do. So I know some people have gotten flack. You know, trainers like Bill have gotten flack. I'm happy that I was trained by Bill. I was happy that I was trained by Al Snow, because they taught me what I needed to know to get to here, to this level, and then working my way up. And I've had the opportunity to be in the ring with some of the greats. You, Shawn Michaels. You know, you look at all these people that I've been able to force, John Cena, Randy Orton, like gotten to like harness me. Like I've gotten to do live events with John Cena and Randy Orton for numerous times. Like that is unbelievable. Like the amount of stuff that you learn from those people, because they've taken it from, you know, the Triple H's and you as well, and Kurt Angles and all those greats. They've taken those and now they're passing it along and passing it along. Now I feel like it's my turn to pass it along and make sure that what has been taught keeps getting taught.
Right. Yes. You know, that whole, I think the Bill DeMott and Al Snow, I mean, that was always the
It was
process.
a generation, right?
That was the way it was done for generations. You and whether right or wrong, they're trying to weed out the weak, right? Because you can't come up here and be weak. The grind is too hard. It's too hard physically. It's too hard mentally. So that's where that came from. Now I think the process obviously is way different now.
Way different,
right?
The locker room's different.
The everything. I mean, the process. I mean, it makes me proud in an extent to know where I came from, to where we are today, where we're actively recruiting athletes, and then they have this incredible facility to go to and be taught in a manner,
they're getting taught the right way.
They're getting taught the right way. There is. I gotta walk.
I
this
know
line.
exactly where you're going.
I gotta walk this line.
I know where you're because there's a part of you that literally goes.
You
I wish some people were.
You
still
need a little
getting
something that gives you a
Yeah.
little more edge, right? That's the fine line. Does it need to be the extreme that I went through and you went through? No, absolutely not. But there's that sense of true struggle. Like for me, once I decided I left school, right? I left school. I had a basketball scholarship. I want to be a professional wrestler, right? This is my passion now. And everyone tells me, like, this is the stupidest
Are you crazy?
thing. Are you crazy?
Are you stupid?
Starting with my parents. Like, my dad, I'll never forget my dad saying, son, all you have to do is put a silly ball through a hoop and you are getting an education for free. I know, Dad, but this is what I want to do. Son, I understand that.
Yeah.
You get to go to school for free to play a game. I understand, Dad, but that's not. I mean, I'm not there now. So I had to. It started there, and which they both of them became obviously my biggest fans and very proud. But that was a tough conversation to have because everyone told me, "You're stupid. You're making a mistake." Like then I refused any help whatsoever. Right? Like after they realized like
Put a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I put a huge chip on my shoulder, and although they were like, "All right, do you need anything?" No, you guys don't believe in what I'm doing. I don't want any help, right? So I end up, there's times where I'm sleeping in my car, and then I'm bouncing in all these clubs and busting heads and doing all this stuff just to scrape up enough money to go to wrestling school and go to these shows where you lose money, and that gave me an edge though, because I had a struggle. I had a real struggle to get my foot in the door, and because I wasn't a legacy, I didn't. Back we're talking late '80s here. It helped to have be a legacy, and
it wasn't even huge back then, right? Like we're not
it
talking. Are we talking WrestleManias yet, or?
WrestleMania, I think they by '87 they had WrestleMania 3. I started at 7. They were around WrestleMania.
Okay, so
3.
you saw what could become.
Oh yeah. And I mean, and to be completely honest, I was a WCW guy. Like, it was real wrestling.
Got it.
Right?
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
I didn't care for the over the top characters. I was like, oh man, I was a Flair and a Four Horsemen guy. But back to like, obviously we don't need that kind of struggle, but there is something that I think is missing with the edge of when people do get up here.
Like a little grit.
A grit. That's a good grit is a good deal. And I don't know how you create that. Maybe you don't need to now in this day and age, but to me, a lot of times you see it in the product. Right. And just the little bit of struggle that you have to go through, it translates to what you do.
It's funny you say that because like you see boxers, right? When they're first coming in and they get that, and then they get to the championship. Once they get the championship, get a little notoriety, get a little this, they start falling off. It's like you saw it with every popular, boxer or UFC fighter. When they start getting money and fame, they kind of lose almost that edge where they're used to fighting in like small circles and that kind of stuff. I mean, hell, Rocky did a whole Rocky 3 or Rocky 5?
Yeah.
Russian?
Yeah.
I mean, the Russian was in a facility, and then Rocky was like, Rocky 4 was he was like training in like the woods.
Right.
I mean, it's like that grit is what you're talking about. Like, I completely understand that.
I've always, like with boxing, that's a great deal. Like, I don't know how, if you've made, you make $100 million payoff, right? Like Tyson, how many, how do you motivate yourself to go to camp for 16 weeks or however long your boxing camp and starve yourself and go through the grind of that? And you know that, like, I don't have to do this. There has to be something really, really special. You have to be able to maintain that desire, which has got to be incredibly hard. I know I mean, even for us in our industry, I think sometimes it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm doing pretty good. Big news. WWE and sports fans. The world's #1 sports fan festival, Fanatics Fest, is making its return to New York City. Fanatics is bringing you closer to the leagues, teams, superstars, and athletes you love across 4 action-packed days in July. Meet your favorite WWE superstars, get your hands on exclusive merch, catch live podcasts, and interact with the biggest names in sports. Tickets are on sale now, and fans of the podcast get a 10% discount by using code TAKER10 at checkout. I didn't really put it over, but the fact that you still are watching,
Tapes, yeah.
watching tapes. What are you in? You're like 38th year now? What are you?
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow.
20.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's 20 years in WWE, but I've been doing wrestling for like 23, 24 years, something like that.
Dang.
So, yeah.
Believe it or not, I did do indies for like 3 years.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see you as an indie guy.
Wow.
Could you?
What is
Yeah.
that supposed to mean?
Huh?
I mean,
What?
I'm just asking. What is that supposed to mean?
I mean, you were told early
when I was 21, I started at UPW, Ultra Pro Wrestling. I won my first challenge off the Real World, and the money I won, I invested in wrestling school. Paid $2,500 to start wrestling school at UPW, and then I did acting classes, improv classes, got a nutritionist. I basically paid my rent. I used all the money for that just to invest in this. And then, WWE didn't want any part of it because I was on the Real World. And back then, when you're on a reality show,
Backlash.
nobody wanted you.
Right.
This was before Tough Enough, before all those shows. It was just Real World, Survivor, and I think Big Brother maybe. And so we were like the redheaded stepchild. We were the no talent hacks that were on television just because we lived our lives in front of a camera. We didn't really have talent. So I said, okay. So then I went to, did the challenge, won that, and I started wrestling. And like college, I was in college. I was in Miami of Ohio. I was doing pretty well, business classes. And I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I'm going to move to LA and I'm going to become a wrestler. I was like, excuse me? What? Yeah, I'm going to leave Cleveland, my home that I've been living in. I'm going to leave Miami of Ohio and I'm going to go to California and I'm going to become a wrestler. And it was not a good and like positive, like, you can do it, I believe in you. It was like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
That's dumb. What, are you kidding me? You could be the king of my dad told me I could be the king of Cleveland. And I was like, yeah, he told me I could be, Mike, don't you get it, Mike? You could be the king of Cleveland. Everyone knows who you are. You're off the Real World. Biggest show on cable television, on MTV. Every time we walk out, people are knowing exactly who you are. Be the king of Cleveland. And I was like, I don't want to be the king of Cleveland. I want to venture out. I want to try to do this. And so I went to UPW, and I will never forget this ring. The spring underneath would always go crooked. And so there would no give. So we'd always have to go underneath and just kick it.
Nice.
And kick the thing so it would do it. And then I learned from a ton of people actually stopped by there. Ballard Brothers, Tom Howard, Samoa Joe, Hardcore Kid, Frankie Kazarian, all came there. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page came there. I got to tag with him once at a Galaxy show in front of like 500 people. But I actually did some stuff for IZW in Arizona, and I would perform for like at festivals, or like, there'd be like, not festivals, but like what is it? What do they have? Carnivals.
Carnival?
Like there was like 200 people there, most drunk, and not really caring what we're doing or whatever. But it was learning.
Yeah.
It was learning the art of professional wrestling until Tough Enough came along, and I wanted to try out. They wouldn't let me because I was on MTV, and Tough Enough was on MTV. So they were like, you can't be on 2 MTV shows. I was like, but I'm on The Challenge and Real World. Like, yeah, but those are sister shows. This is not part of that. It's like, all right, fine. I'll just keep doing it the right way. And so I went on Tough Enough. Finally, when it went to the CW, and it was part of SmackDown's actual show. And so once I got into that, I was like, oh man. But before that, before trying out, I called Simon Dean. Do you remember Simon Dean?
Yeah.
I called him because he was part of UPW, and I said, hey, I want respect in the business. Like, you know, and I know if I go on Tough Enough, I won't get any respect. Like, I didn't do it the right way. And he goes, it's for $1 million. Like, it's for $1 million WWE contract. You know how many opportunities do you think you're going to get to get into? This is your opportunity. This is your time. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna do it. Because I tried to go to Japan. They wouldn't take me. Like every time I tried going to 0-1, they would come in and we would wrestle. We'd do a match. I think my match would go great. It wasn't, but I thought at the time I was really special, you know? And so, but yeah, Japan would never take me. So I was like, I mean, this is the opportunity. So tried out and then gave it full force and didn't win, but got a contract to go to developmental.
I don't think there's a better story, like literally, like a more beautiful story.
Oh, come on. Your story's great, isn't it?
No, but I mean, everything you did from Real World to now, like you literally did everything to get here. Like everything you, even on the show, you were cutting promos, right? Like that, isn't that where Miz TV actually started?
Yeah, well, Miz TV was Paul Heyman.
Okay.
That was at OVW.
But you were cutting
promos yes,
of
all
Miz
day.
all day long on Real World.
The weird part with Real World was there was never like my friends never called me Miz, like in high school.
Right.
It was always Mike.
Right.
You know, and so when I got onto the Real World, I just got uncomfortable. I was in a new place, New York, melting pot. Like I was with 7 strangers I never met before, and no one liked me. Because I'm loud. Like, believe it or not.
What?
Believe it or not, I'm loud. I'm obnoxious.
Up. Really?
And yeah.
No.
Believe it or not, yeah. People, when I first meet people don't like me.
Come on.
Shocking. I know.
Hey, but the right one did.
Yeah,
Maurice
exactly.
did.
Exactly.
So did
I'm not even
somebody
sure if she liked me in the beginning.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I aggravated her the first time she came on Diva Search. She started cutting a promo in English, but she couldn't speak it.
I remember.
And so I said, can you just not give us a cookie cutter answer? And I didn't know that she practiced this speech for like days. Like she was like practicing in English days. And I just went out there and she started cutting it like, I'm going to give 110. Can you save us the cookie cutter answer and just give us a real answer? And she didn't speak English. So that was our first interaction, and you can see it on the Diva Search. Yeah, it was fun, but man,
you had a little digging to do, right? To get
a
out of
little
that.
digging, yeah. But then the next one, I said, "Hey, just cut a promo in French," and I don't know what she said,
but it worked.
It worked. Oh my God, it was the
believed
sexiest
it.
thing. I believed everything. She was very mad.
Yeah.
Whatever she said, she was very angry with me.
But you were good with it. You loved it.
I was very good with it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I think you were telling me, did someone actually tell you that you're never going to make it in this business?
I think everyone told me I was never going to make it in this business.
Were you not the one that told him he was?
You could have been. You could have been the person.
Hey, come on.
I don't know if you actually told me verbatim that I was never going to make it in this business.
Never would I do that.
No, I don't think you.
No.
You actually didn't. You were actually very. You know what's weird? A lot of people get a lot of like JBL gets a lot of flack for like bullying and like was an asshole or whatever. I'm not sure if we're allowed to swear, but he gets a lot of that. It wasn't really him. He was the person that would take me aside and go, "Hey kid, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
You know what? Keep doing this, do this, and this, but keep it up." You know, you would be like, we would have to have 100 shots of Jack. But, you know, we would literally like sit there and you would educate me and I would just sit there and be like, Like it was more the people around that weren't in the spots.
Right.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like it was the people that weren't solidified, that were like trying to be like, hey, watch me get this Real World kid, right? I'm going to really stiff him tonight. Watch this, you know, that kind of stuff. So, but you guys were like, if anything, it would push me more.
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I still remember to this day our first match. I remember seeing your entrance. I remember, I remember you throwing me through a table, and me thinking, please get up, please get up, please get up, because your move,
Right.
you know, last ride, you got to get up, you got to, and I never really did that, right? So I was like, all right, just got to push off his legs and flip my thing up. And I remember I almost didn't get up, but you just muscled me up, boom, and boom. And I was like, in my head, I'm going, yes, I did it. Bam. Oh.
Yeah, it was good going up. The landings were a little rough sometimes, but
I'll take that all day. And the choke slam. Oh, man.
What do you always say? The easier you go up?
the easier you come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always told people that.
You got a lot. Did you get a lot of backlash? Just obviously, just from being on reality TV? Because I know.
Oh, my God.
Even Maurice, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's a couple things, right? So coming into WWE at the time, if you're off of a reality show or anything, people all think you're 15 minutes fame, and you have to prove yourself. Not only do you have to, and it's understandable on why you have to prove yourself, right, in WWE, because if you don't prove yourself, we think you're just gonna go to the top and leave.
Right.
But we need you. If you make it to the top, we need you because you're the person that everyone's relying on.
Right.
You have all the pressure. You have the ratings. If you have the title on your shoulders, like I always told Cody, like when he first won, I go, do you feel it?
Yeah.
Do you feel that weight? It's not the belt.
Yes,
It's the pressure of the title. And
So
you've
true.
always had the pressure because even without the title, you're still the Undertaker, right? And you still have to put on amazing, incredible storylines as well. Like you're very vital, important. You leave, someone better be able to. You better have prepared someone to take that spot. And if you don't, then and if that person's like you thought he was there and then he leaves, how many times have we had people where they've invested?
Yeah.
And they give them win after win after win, and they just leave.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a second, we needed that. Like the whole team, like as much as we're individuals
You gotta
fighting
have other
for,
people to.
we are a team. It's a valiant team effort to try to make it the best show possible from the first show to the last. If the first match sucks, guess what? You've just set a tone for the entire show. Now that second match is like, oh man, that first match. Darn it! I gotta get this. And if they build it, and then by the main event, you're like, you guys just did everything. Like, what are we supposed to do now? You know, it's like it's such an art form on what we do and how we do it, and how the matches are set up and how the superstars are created. People are always like asking me like, how do you know who's getting over? I go, listen. And they go, yeah, but they cut a promo and the crowd seems pretty. Yeah, but you start seeing the shirts. You start seeing them wear the stuff. You start seeing them do the chants. You start seeing, people gravitate towards them. Nowadays, you can look on the internet and you can see who's trending, what's going on. You can feel an energy. I mean, take Jey Uso, for instance.
Yeah.
Last year, I mean, we saw, a rise in a superstar. Like going from a tag team is so difficult that to being a single star. And he has been not to be able to do it, but propel himself to do it. And now he's in that spot where he has to keep it because he doesn't have the title.
Yeah.
It's when you got the Rocket and you got the title, it's cool. When you get the title off of you, you have to continue. And that's when my first title I had, I didn't know how to keep it without the Rocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know how to keep that steam. I didn't know. Like I was like, wait, I don't have the title. I don't have the Rocket underneath me anymore. And then I just started losing and losing and losing. And sometimes losing matters, but you can make it to where it doesn't.
Right.
And I didn't know how to make it to where it didn't. And it took me a couple years to figure that all out.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes absolute
total
sense.
sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you remember our conversation at my Hall of Fame induction? We had a discussion where I really gave you. I felt my props that I'd never really.
It was on camera, wasn't it?
Was it?
I hope so.
I'm
I thought it was. I think it was.
He did remember.
In my head, I was going. Is there a camera around? Please, God,
I'm
someone
gonna let
get
you in
this.
on something too. So it was a solid 6-7 years ago. 6-7. I thought you were gonna do it. We were down at the Performance Center. It may have been longer than that. Yeah, may have been longer than that. But we were in front of all the kids. He was talking to them, and I was just kind of peeking around, listening. He said, and he kind of stopped, and he's like, he goes, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but
Yeah, you don't have to give all the details of.
Please, give the details.
and it's like he was struggling with it. And I'm thinking, what is he about to say? He goes, okay, I'm just going to say it. The Miz, he is the guy. Every last one of y'all need to study what he is doing. He is the top heel. He is master. And he just gave you your flowers. And it was beautiful, but he really struggled at first. He was
Wow. I love to see you struggle.
I don't know if the Hall of Fame one was on camera.
And
But
then that Hall of Fame, when we were talking, I was just I was in awe.
so he's done it a few times.
I was like,
He's done it a few times.
Well, I had, to credit, I have said it like in the confines of the PC. I may have put you over a little bit, but I felt, at that point, like I didn't know how often I was going to be around, and I was all in my feels that day, and I saw you.
He was not in his feels at the PC. He was just like, he gets people to hate him, and he gets people to hate him no matter what he's doing, whatever storyline is, whoever your tag partner is. Like,
that is a true gift.
Major props.
That it is a true gift. You can't teach what you have.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
No, it really. You embraced. I think you embraced being a bad guy. Mm-hmm. And it's difficult for people to do that.
It really is. I don't know why.
Everybody wants
It's more fun, right?
Everybody wants that adulation and that, But if you can tap into it and be comfortable with it, like you've met, and to her credit, Maurice as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you just said it can't be taught. Have you met his dad? Because
yeah, that's where I get it from.
and have you met Maurice's mom?
Yeah.
And Marsha.
Well, but I'm just saying though. But when you get here, like everybody kind of starts to want that.
Yeah.
They want that. You get it. Obviously, you get it. It's just from a completely different perspective, and you've embraced it. And you don't try to, even I've seen you on several occasions, even because in this day and age, the heels are cool and people want to get with you. And I've seen you shut that down.
I don't want to be cool.
No.
If it's my job to get people because my job is to get this baby face over. This, and if the baby face is brand new and they don't really know him, and I have all the equity because I've been here for 20 years, it is my job to make that audience absolutely despise me. Right. And I'm not going to do anything. So sometimes I'll be like, I'm not going to do anything cool in my match. Nothing cool. Because I don't want them to cheer a cool move. I'm just going to do dirty stuff, mean stuff. And hopefully this crowd will start understanding, oh, wow, I want this guy to win because that guy's such a jerk. Mm-hmm. And so now it's been tough this past couple, I would say past year, because now I feel like the audience kind of knows me, not just from WWE, but all the other ventures, Ms. and Mrs., Dance with Stars, Real World, whatever it may be, that now they just know the work ethic and they know what it takes to do that and what I'm doing. And then I come on podcasts and I put everyone over and I'm like, well, this is going to make my job really hard tonight,
Yeah, I get that. But it really is a testament to be... And to the fan reaction now, I think it's simple appreciation, really.
Yeah, respect.
It's appreciation for your craft and what you've done with what you have and been able to tap in that way. I just think it's the nature now of the business. Like they really truly appreciate. Like, dang, man.
Especially when you come in
20 plus years.
Yeah, and especially when you have a celebrity come in, because your match with Bad Bunny, that whole card, that match was.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
It was my favorite. It was. I was blown away, and that's kudos to you.
I got a lot of credit for that. I don't think John Morrison, Damian Priest, as well as Bad Bunny get enough credit for it.
Sure, and
because I remember Bad Bunny training, and this was during COVID times where we were at the baseball field in Tampa, and every time I would come to the show, he was there early in the ring.
I love that.
And he would be practicing. Then he would go sing at the Grammys. He'd be right back in the ring. Mm-hmm. He'd go to SNL, and he would have the title, the 24/7 title that as much as it's a prestigious title, whatever, it was a fun title, right?
Yeah. Right?
It was a ha-ha title. But he would have it and hold it and sing on SNL with that title in his arm. And I was like, man, this dude just loves what we do and gets it. And he wanted to do something special. He wanted to do something great. I remember they were teaching him, he wanted to learn like lockups and headlocks. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing any of that. and so when he was doing all that, I was like, you know what? Everyone out of the ring, I just gave him heat for like 15 minutes. And I go, sell this, because this is what you're going to be doing a lot of.
And he did so good.
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of times celebrities, we hide them. You know, we hide their flaws, whatever. I was like, we're not hiding you. If you are literally going to be doing the entire intro, you're going to be involved in every aspect of this match, because no one will expect it. And everyone will expect you to just come and hit a clothesline and hit this and hit that. It's boring.
Right.
It's boring. They want to see you. The reason that this crowd is into it, and we have developed this storyline, he let us like spray paint his $500,000 car. Real spray paint.
What?
Yes. And it was his idea. And I was like,
that's
I
commitment.
was like, Bunny, I was like, man, dude, like, I'm a little nervous. And he goes, no, you spray paint it. And I go, dude, you do. He goes, we'll have someone wash it afterwards. I go, it might not come off. He goes, it'll be all right. I'll be like, oh my God, this guy's in. It's in. Yeah. So me and Morrison spray painted this $500,000. I think it was like a Bugatti. Like it was, yes. It was like, yes. And we're like spray paint. Every week he'd come in that car. And I was like, oh my God. Spray painted. And then I remember Ellis just being like, like as soon as, are you done? And he was standing on the side with like
before it dried.
Oh my God. He was like waiting. He's like 3, 2, 1, we're done. And like, I mean, he got it all off and everything, but still that's how into it Bad Bunny was. And then like Bad Bunny had the happy feet, right? Mm-hmm. When we were rehearsing before, the day before, I was like, dude, your feet are happy, man. Just remember, just relax. Think about how, like, is a person doing this, you know, when they're strong and and he's like, no. And he's like, okay, good note. So in the match, he started creating stuff in there. Like he was like doing like, he'd do something and be like, awesome. I'm like, yes, the in-betweens. That's where you get the audience. That's when the audience knows, hey, this guy gets it. This guy's part of us. This is what it is. I remember training Logan, and like as much as Bad Bunny trained, Logan trained as well, but Logan was the fastest I've ever seen anyone pick up WWE in my life. I've never, and I know I've said this before, but it still blows my mind how good he is and how good he can be.
Right.
Like I do feel he's the future of this business. And I know, and the funny part is he's doing my gimmick.
Oh, well, that's what I was about to ask you.
My freaking gimmick.
That's what I was about to ask you.
My gimmick, and he's doing it. And it's like, when he said, yeah, I'm an outsider, I was like, I wonder who the first outsider was. You know, I was on the Real World coming into WWE when it was hard to do that. Now you're a YouTuber and we applaud it. Oh, he's in here. But our audience won't. But everyone else is like, yeah. But I was like, oh man, this dude's stealing my gimmick. And he's doing a really good job of it too. I remember when he first started, he's like, man, I don't want to be a heel. I go,
come on.
Dude,
you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice,
be a heel. And in this match, if you remember, it was me versus Logan. It was heel versus heel. And we had to like, almost not like flip it, but in the match, you know, when you're feeling something, you know, I could either lean it. If one of us is getting cheered, like in my mind, going into this match with Logan, I was like, if one of us is getting cheered, we're going into that.
Right.
Because it'll be too hard to, and this is a lot of things going on in your mind while you're doing a match. And this is it at SummerSlam. Like this is like a big match, right? And it's in front of a huge crowd, a stadium. And so I was like, all right, in this match, they're going to cheer someone. Right. They're just going to. And whoever it is, that's what we're going with. And it was like they were cheering me in the beginning. And I was like, all right, we're going with this. But I bet that they'll be cheering for you by the end. And so he did no one expected him to do the splash off the rope onto the table. I actually asked him, I was like, do you think you could do that? And he goes, yeah, I think so. And then we rehearsed it up at Stanford. we didn't have the table, but we had the crash pads. We stacked up. We put it really far away. And I was like, it's about this far. He looked at it and he goes, I can do that. And he did it. And I went, let me do it a little further away, just in case. And he did it again. And I was like, this dude is a superior athlete. Like, he is unbelievable. And he understands the psychology. So cut to now, looking at him, when him telling me, I want to be a baby face. Like, guess what? You're a heel, dude. And I was right. And he is a heel. And he's doing a phenomenal job at it. And he can really, I mean, the world is his oyster.
Yep.
Whatever this kid wants to do, he can do. Because he's that good at it, at everything. All facets of it.
Yeah. That's why I hope he doesn't
And he loves this.
Yeah. That's why I hope he doesn't get in his own way with the baby face, wanting to be a good guy.
No, that was in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was like first match. You know, like it was, I think it was me and him versus Ray and Dom. And it's funny, Dom as a baby face now, like, can you even see it? Can you even see that? Like, remember he was cleanly shaven, short hair, just a smile on his face, so happy to be here. Now you look at him, he's just Eddie Guerrero,
just like a
dirty
dirt bag.
Dom.
Yeah,
Talk
so
about
good.
honing a craft
Wow,
and locking in and being able to utilize live events to find your character and develop your character, and then be aligned with people like Finn Balor and Damian Priest, and putting him in that Judgment Day where he can literally find his own way with these people that can really elevate him and teach him. Talk about like elevating, even like the vision now, and looking at Braun Breaker, like it gives me goosebumps seeing like these young guys getting put in the proper positions to succeed and really be able to hone it in and lock it in, because it's to their credit. You can be put in the position, but you can fail really
You get
easily.
taken out of that position.
If you get put in that position too soon, it's that second climb is a lot harder than the first one.
Oh yeah, especially and then even the third and fourth and fifth climb, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like you get the title, that's a climb, and then you get the title taken off of you, that's a climb. Then it's like finding the climb back to getting the title again. Then you're like, okay, what I learned on my first title, how do I make it even better? It's a never-ending, revolving evolution of your mind and your brain, and trying to make this product the best you possibly can for the audience that we see out there.
Are you ready to hold WWE history in the palm of your hand? Topps is bringing you closer to the action than ever before with WWE Topps Now. Highlighting the biggest matches and milestones from WWE shows and PLEs throughout the year. Topps Now is enhancing the fan experience by connecting collectors to superstars and spectacles that ignite their passion. Featuring stunning, event-exclusive photography, each card is made for the moment. And for some lucky collectors, the moment could be the pull of a lifetime. Along with serial numbered parallels, some Topps Now releases offer a chance at rare short prints, superstar autographs, and even pieces of the mat, gear, or other items used during the featured match. So which moments will you collect? With each card only available for a limited time, you won't want to wait to begin your Topps Now journey. Be sure to subscribe to WWE Topps Now mailing list on Topps.com and follow Topps on all social media platforms so you never miss a single moment.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When did you know you were done?
18 different times.
No.
And I'll ask you the same question. When did you know you were, and you're not really done yet. I don't know if you are.
I mean, mine was a little different situation. I don't know.
Are you done, or you're not, you're still able and willing and ready to go?
If they called me,
phone
I
call.
would feel comfortable saying, yes, I can 1000% do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're not
I
done.
could do
then.
that.
Okay. Great.
But,
Phone call. We're waiting for it.
But hey,
I'm done.
Hey.
We
He's
know
done.
you're done.
I'm done.
We know you're done. When did you know?
So I knew. So those last few years for me were like a struggle.
Can I ask your age? Those last few years, how old were you?
I think I retired when I was 55. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And I tell you, I really hadn't talked about this a whole lot, but I was so envious of Shawn, right? When he retired, we did 25 and 26, WrestleMania 25 and 26. And he walked away at 26 the most content, at peace. Like he was actually at 25. He knew, like, what else is there left, right? What's left for me to do? And then we came back with the retirement match, and seeing the peace that he was in, it was always in my head, like, man, that's what, when my time comes, and we're the same age, when my time comes, that's how I want to walk away, right? And then, as you get older, and at this point now, I'm only working 2, 3, 4 times a year, and it's
might be harder.
It is very much harder. The older that I got, it becomes extremely
you lose
difficult.
the calluses. You lose the calluses.
You lose calluses. You lose timing. You lose, even although I wasn't taking trauma on my body, you still lose. Just Father Time is undefeated. But my mind's eye had envisioned that match that I want to go out on, right? I want to go out on a 5-star, hang my 6 shooters up on the mantle, say, kiss my ass, follow that, I'm done, right? That's what I was looking for. And I don't think I was really honest with myself, knowing with the injuries and everything else that was going on that I wasn't going to be able to do that. And I thought my best last shot was going to be with AJ. COVID hits, right? That match, that the Boneyard match, is supposed to happen in the ring in a stadium. COVID hits, all that gets shut down. So, again, I'm having to think in my, and in that camp that I always called, like those last few years that I'm going into camp to get ready for Mania, right? There was a strict regiment that we did. Always, cardio had to be, that's the biggest thing is the cardio. Like when you're not getting
and
reps.
it's a different cardio too.
It is a whole.
It's not
get on
running
the
on a
Stairmaster.
treadmill.
No.
You cannot emulate it.
No, you can't. You have to be in the ring.
Yes, and not having those reps, getting older, it just became increasingly difficult. Plus the injuries, this is my knee injuries, my back injuries, everything else, and not giving myself any grace with that either.
Yeah.
Right? Because the people don't care.
We need you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And the people don't care, right? I mean, they expect when they pay money to see the Undertaker, they expect a certain quality, and so I'm trying to process all of those things, put that kind of pressure on myself, and still thinking, I can get myself to where I need to be. I can do this, and was well on my way when I started training for that match with AJ. Everything was going, hey, I'm feeling good. Everything's moving along. Then COVID hits. Everything shuts down. We get stuck in Florida, right? Well, I think we spent, I don't know, a couple of months in Florida, right? But there's no, now I'm away from my home gym and everything else. We're stuck in a condo on the beach in Florida, and the PC shut down. Everything is, so I'm just like, oh crap. So that, long story short, we get into the Boneyard match. And I think it's probably 3 or 4 in the morning, and we're still shooting, and it hit me.
Really?
Yeah.
Which is weird because I remember you saying that. Like you did have clarity for some ungodly reason. You're like, I'm done. And I'd heard it a million times before.
So you've heard it many times.
Many times.
Did you believe him this time?
I believed it that time.
What was it?
I don't know.
Was it the way he said it?
It's the way he said it. It was because when it happened, and I'd never really heard him say it like how he said it, like how he delivered it. It was just, I could tell that he meant like that he had a peace about it. All the other times it was like, I was like, okay, well.
I don't know that I had peace better, but I knew what the reality was.
But you were clear on, yeah.
I was clear. Like, okay, you got everything out of this body that you could possibly get. My mind and my heart, man, I would still be doing it right now. But in that moment at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, it hit me. It's like, dude, you're done.
Well, for what it's worth, that was a 5-star match in my book.
I'm very proud of it.
Cinematic matches. I love them.
I'm very proud of that. And obviously, you know, it's another part of the, you know, of the career and the you know, some of the really cool things that I got to do in my run. But obviously, I would have loved to also have had a match with AJ Styles in the ring, right? That's why I came back that last time. That was the whole reason. He taught me, you know, he called me and said, hey, man, come on. If you got one left in you, can it be me? And I was like, damn, he's the one guy. He's the one guy that I didn't, you know. And
he is special.
He is.
And so, but that's where it ended up. And that's how it, I was just like, it's over.
Oh,
I still had another hour and a half of filming to do, but
but
but I knew, like I knew when I walked off that set, or not the set, but wherever the boneyard was at, I was like, yeah, I'm done.
wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
so
That's amazing.
so you are now, you're like the OG, bro.
Nah, I'd say Randy's the OG.
Well, both of you.
Randy's
y'all are,
there, and then me. I think it's Randy then me right now for full-time superstars. It's nice. It's crazy. I didn't think I'd ever, like, when I first came into WWE, did you think I would be one of the last ones, or did you think I was one to be gone in 3 months?
I lost the money. I lost the bet. Yeah. No, to your credit. Yeah. No.
But you let him back in the locker room.
He did let me back in the
But you
locker
let him
room.
back in the locker room.
Well, that, you know.
Lost the bet.
Yeah. I don't know. I second guessed that decision. But.
Wow.
That was one of the happiest moments of my career, I would say. Because when you're kicked out of the locker room, there's some people that wanted people to see that I was kicked out of the locker room and would change like in front of. I found my own like locker room, which was usually in like a broom closet or like in the back or wherever, but I didn't want anyone to see me. And it was like 6 months. I think it was even longer than that.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Dang.
It was a long time.
Because I think at that time, I think the whole thing went down, and I don't know all the story, but it probably started in a live event. And I think at that
it did start at a live event. I ate a piece of chicken over someone's bag, and the way it was brought to the attention was that I was in the locker room throwing chicken everywhere, right? And it was like, I remember, and I kind of dismissed it, I guess you can say, and it probably wasn't the wrong way to do, right? So the person walks in and goes, oh, you're eating chicken over my bag. Like, oh man, I'm sorry, you know, and then another person walks in, oh, you were eating chicken over his bag. Oh yeah, and I knew what was happening. So I literally got up and left because I saw oh, it's gonna start going here to here to here,
Snowball
and then it's gonna go. So let me get out of here. I apologized, walked out, and then I remember I was watching. We used to watch them on VHS tapes, our matches back. Remember that those days?
Yep.
And so I was watching my match back, and I just hear, wasn't you? And I got yelled at, probably the worst I've ever been yelled at in my entire life. And I didn't get kicked out there. I was yelled at. And then that night I went to Chili's and got a gift card, and I gave it to the person. I was like, so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, eat chicken over your bag. Like I blah, blah. Oh man, it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. The person that yelled at me goes, yeah, chewing on a straw. I think you need to be kicked out of the locker room just for live events. Okay, sure, no problem. Let me get out of the locker room. There we go. And my heart sank, right? Then the next day was TV. I see the person chewing his thing. Hey, you're kicked out of the locker room, TV, and this. I go, okay, yes, sir. Didn't have to go to court, by the way, which I was shocked. I was ready. I was like, oh, man. I had my Jack Daniels ready. Like I was ready to go.
It may have behooved you to go to court.
Oh my God. I don't know. But yeah, then I would find places to go. And then the person told me, you can come in when I tell you can come in. Something happened to that person and that person went away. And so I had no way of getting back in. So I was like, oh man. So I went to the person I ate the chicken over. I was like, how do I get back in the locker room? You're still in the locker room? I go, yeah. He goes, I had no idea, man. You should talk to Taker. I go, okay. I go, I've been kicked out of the locker room. Oh, you have? You knew, but you were like, oh, you have? What'd you get kicked out for? I ate a piece of chicken over a person's leg. Oh, you did? I'll get back to you on that. And then I was like, oh, man. So I waited till the end, and then I think you probably forgot, but I walked up and was like, Mr. Do you think I could like come into the locker room? And you were like, you're back in, kid. And I was like,
Oh.
I remember driving with Punk, and it was like Ryder and Brian Myers and Hornswoggle. We would stack like a caravan. Oh man, Swoggle would be in the back.
Did he ever drive?
We'd have no
Because he got that pedal thing.
No, he would never drive. He would always sit in the back because we had to fill bags, right? And he was the only one that could fit in the back. And so we would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in, and we had 5 bags, like that we'd have to. And we were literally, and we'd all stay in the same hotel. We'd get like he would always take the cot, you know, and so it was always like way cheap. Like honestly, I spent maybe $100 a weekend. Like that's how much we were able to split it up between all of us.
Oh, Dylan.
But yeah, I remember being in there and being, guys, I'm back in, man. I'm back in.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. So I probably knew that at one point you had been kicked out, but I wasn't doing live events at the time. I was only doing TV. So, so a lot of things, you know, people always are under this impression like, oh, he was locker room leader. He knew everything. It's like I'm Don Corleone. Like there's a lot of times things happened and then they get filtered to me later. And then you find out too, like a lot of times people would go, oh, Taker's going to be pissed. And I have no clue about whatever.
But you got to understand the mid card and undercard was always like,
yeah,
like Taker, it's Taker. But also I don't think you understand your aura. When you walk into a place, your aura is it's even like whether you still feel like Undertaker or Mark or whatever. When you walk into a room, your aura puts people towards you, and it literally you could either scare a person or you could or you could be the nicest person in the world.
I try to tell him that at home.
I don't think you probably don't know, because most people with that kind of aura, they don't get it.
Yeah, but I literally not trying to be funny. I tell him that at home too. I'm like,
notice everyone in here going,
"Ooh,
yep, yeah, everyone."
See, I'm like, if you don't say anything in the mornings, like it changes the whole mood of the house, and like you don't even mean to do it, but it's just your. This is Craig. What's he doing now?
I made a lot of people uncomfortable. I'm eyeballing everybody right now.
Everyone literally went, yep, he's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a teddy bear.
And you can feel that sometimes. And then other times you can be like a,
What?
don't know the right word for
Well,
it.
you're going to bail on that one. Huh? Hey, don't be a coward.
Ooh. That's like, in WWE terms, that's when a person gets really angry.
Is it? That's what
It's
I've
like,
heard.
I feel like we're in a thing.
It's weird.
You
That's what I've
coward. And it's like,
Anybody ever called you a coward?
oh
Ness?
my God, every day. I mean, honestly, like in WWE, yes, many times. I mean, I feel like that's
like
the
in
standard.
particular, maybe.
Oh, you've called
Daniel
me a coward?
Bryan?
Oh, Daniel Bryan. Oh, shoot, we're getting there.
I know. Hey, look.
You thought he was calling me a coward? You thought he was calling
So
me a
here's
coward?
how I do that one, right? So I remember, so I've been called a coward 1,000,000 times, right? 100 times.
Okay.
When he called me a coward, it was a different, it was different.
I would say so.
It was, I knew what he was saying. And I was like, all right. And so, yeah, I blacked out. Like, I don't black out usually when I cut promos. That was in a moment where, it's going to sound so stupid, but I was going through an acting phase where I read a book, and it's like, try to memorize, like when you're happy, try to think about it in the back of your head that you're happy and what your body is doing, what you're feeling. So whatever emotion that I was feeling, if I was in an argument, I was literally in the back of my head going, all right, you're in an argument. What's your body doing? What are you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. Because I wanted to be a better actor, if you will. So every conversation that I would have, like even right now, I'm doing it. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I? Oh, okay, I'm doing this, da, da, da. So whenever I would act, I would be able to do that, right? So I remember when he called me a coward, and I remember, oh, you're getting mad. Oh, you're getting really angry. And then I remember the words coming out, and I went, oh no. And then he left, and I didn't know what to do, because I was like, I thought he was going to hit me. Like, I was like, all right, he's probably going to hit me.
What was the
I
difference?
thought it was
like,
the
I
other
don't
way
know
around. I thought you were going to hit him.
Yeah, you seemed really mad.
No. I was, I was not in. No, I wasn't going to hit him. I was going to let him know.
I think you did.
And then I was waiting for him to hit me, and he just left. And when he left, everything went off. Like I mean, I couldn't make. When I get really, really mad, I can't speak. It's my brain is going so fast and so mad that I can't get words out. So everyone's like, "Oh, it's the greatest promo ever! Oh my God!" Blah blah blah. And I watch it and I go, "That is terrible. I'm not getting my words out correctly." I was so angry, and I was not scared, but like I've never lost it like that before in my life. And I just cut it right to a camera because I found something, and then left. And
That's what I told
you ever when you black out, I don't know if you guys have ever had this type of situation, like you walk off and you're out of breath and you're like, what just happened? Did I just do something bad? Did I like, you know what I mean? Like, did I not like hurt, but like, did I just say something that I didn't mean to say?
Yeah.
Or did I do something that's going to, retaliate and hurt our WWE? Am I going to, I get into those mode. I was there, and afterwards everyone was like, and I remember it was the set was right in front of where everyone had to leave. And it was back in the day when people actually waited till the end of the show to leave. Yeah. And so people were waiting because we were filming, and so everyone was just like, I remember seeing everyone just mouths dropped, like, holy cow. I remember getting a bunch of texts, and this was on a show, by the way, that no one watched. And we were trying to get, a little like going, and I wasn't even supposed to be on the show that day. The long story short, I was put in a dark match, and I was very angry about it because it's the first match on a show, and I wasn't on the show, and I was the Intercontinental Champion. Right. And I was like, you're going to put me in the dark match? Like, I'm not even on the show? And then they're introducing 2 new titles. And I was like, what about this title? Like, this title meant, I mean, that title still means so much to me because it was the workhorse title. Like I remember always hearing, oh, you want to be the workhorse? You're the workhorse title. The workhorse title. It's the title that gets you to elevate to the top, and that's what I wanted it to do. And all I was doing in that era, all that title was doing was you have the title and you just lose, but you still have the title. You're just going to lose. You still have the title. You're just going to lose. Now you're not even on TV. Right. Yeah. So I remember I went up to Road Dogg, and I was like, put me on Talking Smack. He's like, what do you want to be on Talking Smack for? I was like, he's the general manager. I'll just let all my frustrations out on him. And then when he called me a coward, everything changed.
Flip the script there.
Everything got to change. Well, I mean, Daniel's he's an immense talent. Like, we know that, right? Yeah. Like, he is an incredible talent. But we're like this.
Oil and water a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, we get along, but it's like we're not going to hang out with each other. Yeah. Right?
I remember watching that, and honestly, as a fan watching, I was going, is this real? Or is this a work? Like, you never know. Is this part of the storyline? Exactly.
Is it real or fake?
But I'll tell you when I knew, or when I had that real inkling of, no, this is there's something there, is by Maurice's reaction or non-reaction. She wasn't reacting, and I knew she didn't kind of know what to do. She was like, oh, this is for real. Like, he is hot. So I could tell by her that there was some underlying, some little underlying issues there.
Yeah. I can get mad.
It was good to see. It was fun.
Thanks.
I remember it happening.
I didn't like the feeling.
No. Obviously, you don't like that feeling, but man, when you have that, you can tap into that.
I can tap in. So, like going back, like I can tap into that now whenever I need it. Right. Like, it's like, oh, I know where that is. Yep. So it's all like there, but I don't like to unleash it ever. Yeah.
So I don't know, it seems like an obvious question to me. What's next? What's next for you? And before I get that, why are you not doing this?
He's a walk.
Time.
You don't have time?
I'm trying to you gotta so with WWE being a full-time talent, right? But WWE allows you to do other things. I'm the host of American Gladiators now, which will be coming out in 2026. Oh, fun. And so we filmed it, and it's everything I thought it would be and more. Oh. Like, it has the nostalgia of the old, but also has new. It's the the people that are trying to beat our gladiators their stories are unbelievable. Like, it's life-changing money, but also not just them, the gladiators. This is a moment for them to like really step up, and they're fans of the show before,
Right.
and now
Cool.
having that. So that's on my back. Also trying to be the best dad and husband I could possibly be. You have to have time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like changing my schedule so I can see my daughter sing in a play, right? Like, these are the important moments that I don't want to miss.
Right.
And as far as podcasting, I've talked about it. Like, I've talked about it with Maurice, and it's like, I know the work it takes. This is not easy. It's not easy to come in here. Maybe it is for you, but for us, it would not be.
Easy.
I would put way too much work into it, and I would have to like make sure it's the best, and I'd have to do this and 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 this. You would just sit there and tell stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you know.
But I feel for you. I feel for you. How much work do you put in for this?
All of it.
No,
She puts in all the work.
and then none of it like comes to fruition because you're just like, it's fine, like it's fine. Don't worry about it. Why are you
That's
worried
why
about
Do
it?
you feel my aura?
Why are you worried about
Do you
it?
feel
No,
my
this is-
aura? I'm the Undertaker.
I'm a little type
She
A,
is-
a little too
You're
type A
going
for
6
that.
feet under with the Undertaker today,
Grab
and guess
your
what? I'm gonna tell a
shovel.
story,
Like,
and
you
everyone's
just
gonna listen because
sit
that's
there
what
and
I
look
do.
Pretty. Yep.
I'm a much better guest than I am a host. I can tell you that. But
You're doing great. You kidding me?
No, I'm getting carried, but that's fine. That's why I have guests like you. All I got to do is sit here and look cool. Have my aura.
You do look cool.
Have your aura.
Normally, I would have some kind of boot on.
That's
but-
what I was imagining.
right. It would go with the rest of the ensemble here.
Like, when I was getting ready, I was like,
Yeah.
what should I wear? I was like, oh, I'm wearing all black, 100%.
I
Taker's
appreciate
probably gonna wear all black. Got to do it.
Man, you look
You're the
good.
dead man.
You look good, man. Hey, thanks for coming out, man.
Thank you
Yes,
so
thank
much for
you.
having me. It
enjoyed
is
this.
an absolute honor to sit here with both of you guys.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you.
I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate everything that you have done, not just for me, but for the entire WWE. Like, watching, I don't think anyone will ever forget where they were, what they were doing when the streak was over. Like, you never will. And I also wanted to tell you this. You don't give yourself enough credit for the John Cena versus Undertaker match, where John Cena just parades you for like 7 weeks, and you come in and just do the hits.
And he was in the
And that-
best shape of his
By
life.
the way,
It was,
it's exactly what everyone wanted.
Yep.
And it was like, you can sit there and go like, all these people 5-star match. That is a 5-star match. Why? Because the crowd was on the edge of their seats the entire time. I mean, I remember watching that match and going, that was perfect. That was exactly what I wanted.
There you
And I
go.
imagine you wanted to, and I hear you say it on like, probably on this podcast, like, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do this. If you would have done that, like, it wouldn't have mattered. That was a 5-star match right there. That's what the crowd wanted.
I appreciate that. But so that was one of those instances where I had really gotten myself, because I was really unhappy with my physical condition against Roman, right? Because I was really banged up and I didn't get in the shape, and I don't feel like I did for Roman what I was supposed to do. He got his hand raised fine, but I had a real chip on my shoulder. I came back, I think I had one of my hips done, and I really had something I wanted to prove, right? Because I'm, even at that point in my career, I'm always like, I want to go out and steal the show. So I rehabbed the hip to get myself in shape. I let the old man know, yep, I'm ready to do this. Let's go, full steam. So I'm training like a freaking maniac, and then I get so I'm thinking that, right? I'm not thinking story. Yeah, I'm not thinking story as much of I am redemption as far as my in-ring, right? And yeah, I get there and Vince goes, yeah, 3 minutes. I'm like, what? Excuse me?
I'm the Undertaker.
3 minutes.
That's John Cena.
Yeah. I'm ready. Honestly, I was in shape. I could have done, holding my breath, I bet I could have done 25 minutes.
Didn't you bring John in with you thinking he had
Yeah,
your back too?
yeah.
Like
No, Vince. So I'm like, wait, like I can't hear. Like I just can't, because I'm so, my whole motivation, and which it should have been, you know what, Undertaker and John Cena, first time ever at Mania, which should have been, all I'm thinking is, like, the last time you were in the ring, you stunk it up. My opinion. You stunk it up. I'm going to go out and show people I still got the motor. I can still do all that. So that's what
the veteran in you didn't go, hey, kid, Less is more.
No.
Less is more.
No. No.
I'm not there.
No, I'm in a whole different frame of mind, and then I get there, and we're good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The way Cena berated you for like it felt like months, and then literally comes out, and you just come out and just beat the holy hell. And the fact it was Cena made it even that much more because it wasn't expected.
Right.
And it just you had everything. So all that training, by the way, paid off because everything was perfect.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
We're gonna have
Thank
to have
you.
him. We're gonna have to have him back.
Push you over.
There it is.
love
Let's
that.
go.
Push you over.
Let's go.
We're gonna have to do a part two.
Yeah. I didn't even get into her. I wanted to get into her career.
Oh,
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Marie's got a
Divas
little
generation,
background.
yes.
Divas.
Yes.
I'm
I
very
was there.
familiar
I know
with
what
the
you.
Divas.
I know what you had to go through. I mean, it was like 1 minute, get over, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With entrances.
With
With
it.
entrances, yeah. You guys were able to do it. Killed
Oh
it.
man. Well, we'll definitely. I'd love to have you back, man.
How about we
do
have
it.
he and Maurice back?
Yeah.
Hey, game
That'd
on.
be fun.
Love
Yeah,
it.
that would be fun.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.